In the last video, I've introduced the concepts of functions and showed you how to declare functions. In this video, I'm going to continue and talk about the usage of functions in our code. In this video, we're going to take a look at number 1, how to use functions, and number 2, smartly putting code in functions. Let's go in and take a look. So I'm in here with our solution for the day 3 exercise calculator. It's most likely that your implementation looks similar to mine. And now let's take a look at what are the opportunities to create some functions. The main goal of creating functions is to separate your program into logical parts. And it shows what code is being executed and what code is not being executed and how we're sequencing the code. So let's first think about what groups there are. So the first 5 lines here that prints sort of an instruction block for our calculator. We then have this 3 lines here that asks for input from the user, and we have this 10-15 lines here where we take the input from the user and perform the necessary logic. So one of the things that we can do is first clarify what we're doing using functions. So we can say def print instructions to be these guys here, and then we have def ask input to be these guys here, and we can go def calculate to be this logic here, right? So then what we need to do is to create a block that says print instructions ask input calculate. So now when somebody reads our code, the benefit is we can immediately go from, oh, here's a whole wall of text which I need to trace through and understand what's happening, to I know that we're defining 3 instructions where the function name has given me a clear indication of what the code inside the function is going to do, and it also then makes it very clear how the code is structured when I go down and look at, okay, we're printing instructions, asking for inputs, and then doing the calculation. The other thing we can try to do is to make this calculate even simpler and more clear to read by defining addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division functions. So we can have addition num1, num2, and then similarly, and then again with multiplication, and then division, and we can then put this back in, multiplication, and then division, like this. So now the calculate function is very clear because there isn't a whole mumbo jumbo of code that looks largely the same, and we know that choice 1 corresponds to addition, choice 2 corresponds to subtraction, and we know exactly what addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division would do. And that's all there is to it. So we've just learned, number 1, how do we use functions, and number 2, smartly putting code in functions. However, if you try to run this code, you realize that it's throwing all sorts of errors. To understand why that is, we need to understand scoping and how Python allocates variables around scoping. I'm going to explain this in the next video, the scoping of variables. I'll see you guys next time.